The Central Otago region is world famous for its wines. It's also home to a Hollywood A-lister.
I hung out with Sam Neill, yeah. I know. Amazing.
The star of Jurassic Park, The Piano and Hunt for the Wilder People has chosen the simple life in the Kiwi countryside over a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. And he's invited me to his 150-acre lavender farm and vineyard just to hang out.
Hello, mate.
Russell?
I feel I'll greet you there. Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
It's nice to feel a human being.
It is.
Such a lovely man, just a genuine, beautiful soul. It was like hanging out with a village elder.
I want you to wear this hat because you're pale, you're English.
Yes.
And I don't want you to crisp up.
Let's
Come on,
get
let's
out
go
there.
go and have a walk.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's like something out of Willy Wonka.
Well, it looks like a sort of illegal gin still, doesn't it?
I did some lavender pressing with Sam. I'd never pressed lavender before.
Look at this. This is toys for boys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, immaculate.
That's lovely. It's one of those as well, lavender. Like, it's... one sniff isn't enough.
There's also 38 different types of lavender in there. There's French lavenders and English lavender.
And what's the difference between the English lavender and the French?
The English lavender is more modest looking.
Right.
And paler.
Is that right? And the French lavender can't fight.
The French lavender is more obvious. English lavender is more subtle.
Really?
Yeah.
Even after Brexit, that hasn't changed? Is the English lavender not a bit more like, it's just a fucking lavender, mate? You do not understand the ways of the lavender. Oh. I feel it would be remiss of us not to explain the name of your dog on camera.
There's an important expression in New Zealand to say, I'm really happy, I'm really pleased, I'm really pumped. You say, I'm really chuffed. I'm so chuffed.
Chuffed a bit.
So the dog, who is new, is called Chuff. And then I got a thing on social media that Chuff means something else in Yorkshire.
It does?
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, Chuff, it's fine. It's fine here, isn't it? It's fine. Hey, Chuff! Chuff! Chuff in England is another word for vagina. I mean, I look forward to the day that Sam travels across to England. Man, he loses his dog in a park.
Chuff, come here! Chuff! You're a bad dog. Now get up.
He let me massage his pig. Which is not a euphemism.
There you go. Oh,
Oh, good
well
catch. He loves a good massage, too.
He's got a big pig. And he's like, do you want to give it a rub? Well, I've never really thought about it, to be honest. Is there a specific way to do it, Sam?
Oh, he probably, yeah.
I want to really get under the kinks,
loves
you know?
it. Yeah, just, you know, dig in.
Yeah. Oh, the noises I was getting out of this thing. I was there for half an hour.
So, no, that noise is pleasure.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
OK. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yes. Do it to me, Russell.
It's absolutely lovely. Well, who knew this was my thing, but it's really enjoyable. It's like, he's like, all right, Russ, I think he's had enough now. Come on. One more, Sam, one more. Oh, jeez. My fingers smell like pork scratchings. I've got this lovely mix of lavender and bacon in my hands. It smells joyous. Have you always been an animal fan?
Yeah.
What would be your dream beast to have here?
Oh. Yeah. I'd kind of like llamas because they show such contempt, you know. They spit on you.
They do.
Yeah.
And he's got a vineyard, and he owns that vineyard. Have you ever hung out with someone that owns a shit ton of wine?
Just try some Riesling.
These would be an absolute nightmare for a dishwasher. My wife goes absolutely apeshit if I drink wine from a mug. Where'd you stand on that?
I'm with your wife. Okay. Yeah, please
Your
don't
what?
do that. Yeah.
And then he was like, should we just get pissed? So that's what we did. Have you ever done Drunk History?
I love that show. It's
Yeah,
the best.
they get them hammered and then
Yeah.
try and retell history.
What would you talk about? What era of history?
1066, I think, because they omit so many fascinating things. There's 93 penises in the Bay of Tapestry. Surely tell kids about that. What an amazing history lesson that would be. Can you think of a weirder job for those loomers, those weavers? You want me to what? 93 dicks. Fucking hell, no wonder they lost. What's lovely, now that you've heard that, if you ever find yourself in front of the Bay of Tapestry, for want of another phrase, you're going to be playing Where's Willie? Oh, that's delicious.
So this is called the Fusilier. It's named after my father.
Right.
He was a Fusilier
Right.
for 20 years.
He was just holding the wine like that. And I'm holding mine like that. And then stories started pouring from me. Just anecdote after anecdote flew out of him, you know?
And my father was like a lot of men his generation. He'd stare off into the distance a lot. Think, what's he thinking about? What's he? Anyway, we'd come up to this part of the country
Right.
to go camping and fishing when we were kids. We were just sitting there in silence. He was staring off to the distance. And then he turned to me and he said, "You know, my boy, there are just a few moments in your life that you will remember. And this is one of them." And I always treasure that, you know.
And did you have that kind of relationship with your dad? Like where there were sort of stories being told?
My parents were very English. Right. You'd understand this. So they were very affectionate with their animals, with their damn dogs. But, you know, we didn't get a lot of physical affection. I'd shake hands with my father and, "Good night, Dad. Good night, old boy."
I remember when I was probably about 8, my dad used to kiss me goodnight and say, "I love you."
Yeah.
And he said, "I think it's about time this stopped." Do you know what I mean? And I remember looking at him and going, "I think you're right."
That's
Do you know what I mean?
good.
But that real sense of like, come on, otherwise you're going to grow out weird.
Yeah.
Lights out. Like that. It's funny that you sort of remember those little things.
Yeah.
You know when loved ones who have gone come back and go, "Hello." My granddad does that to me all the time. He died 5 years ago, but every so often he just arrives. I remember I'm about 7, I'm eating some toast in his house. And he walks in and goes, "I reckon I could walk on my hands from London to Edinburgh." And I was like,
Amazing. You gonna do it?
and he looked at me and went, "I wouldn't give them this satisfaction."
Wine is more than just alcohol. It's more than a gin and some flavour. I think it's about conviviality. I mean, in this glass, for me, is history that goes back beyond the Romans.
I don't know if you get that with beer. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? You ever been to Malaga? You ever been to Malaga? You know, there isn't that same... It's sort of, it unlocks different stories.
During lockdown, Sam became a bit of an online legend with his videos and poems.
Sir Gerald? Sir Gerald? Oh. I think he stopped talking to me.
As he's such a social media expert, I thought I'd get his advice on something that's happened to me.
Here's a question for you. There was a young lady on TikTok, and she was listing various British celebrities and how many shots of alcohol it would take before she slept with them. Which all of my cousins showed me. They were delighted. Just imagine, Sam, you know, you're a young lady. How many shots do you reckon it would take, you know, for you to have sex with me?
So I'm just putting myself in her shoes as opposed to how many shots I would have to drink to sleep with you.
True. She's a lovely image already.
All right, so I'm going to say she's putting it at 8 shots.
Correct, yeah.
I got it right.
That's the end of the day. Unbelievable.
Son of a
Unbelievable.
bitch.